And good morning. Welcome to Hot Seat. My guest is State Senator Paul Rosino. Good to have you, Senator.
Nice to be here.
And thank you for your service to our country, by the way. We're here to talk about something that happened in the last couple of years at zero politics, because it's a national tragedy. In Oklahoma, we've had over 1 million cases of COVID, 16,000 deaths. One of those, your son. Monday, you're having a vigil at the state capitol. Tell us what's going on with his vigil, and then let's talk about your son.
So it just started because I haven't really talked about him a whole lot, much because it's painful, it's hard, but his birthday's coming up. And so on March the 6th, it would have been his 36th birthday. And so I decided that in a way to remember him, and we're pushing close now, the CDC numbers are almost 18,000 lost.
Wow.
And so I think it's the largest death toll in the state of Oklahoma's history, and it's one disease has contributed to that. And I just feel like there's many families out there that are hurting, and now that we're kind of moving past the pandemic, that many people have forgotten what it has done to our country and to our state. And I just wanted to give people an opportunity to gather, remember their loved ones, say some prayers, and just reflect.
All right, so this is going to be at the state capitol steps. This is Monday, which is the anniversary, his birthday, okay? The significance of this as to having this event and what you want people, you can attend, you can go out there and attend this, or just in the midst of this, there's been so much ugliness and so much hatred spewed forth about this, but for those folks who've lost family members and had people sick and nearly lost family members, what significance we should take away?
So the ugliness bothers me a lot, because it doesn't matter if what your race is, what your gender is, what your religion is. It affected everybody. And some people lost very dear family members, some people lost friends, some people lost acquaintances, but everybody has been affected by this disease in a very hurtful way, including people sick. I mean, there are still people, what we call long COVID is still out there, and people are still suffering from this. And there's still people getting COVID and still dying. I think I saw this morning another 56 Oklahomans died this week from complications of COVID. So
the media never talks about that anymore.
No, and that's one of the reasons that I want to do this vigil. I think that people need to understand that Oklahomans are still sick, and Oklahomans are still dying.
All right, so it affected all kinds of people, young people. Your son was young, and I can't imagine, I can't imagine as a father bearing a child. For those folks who've had lost children or parents, I mean, it's a real tragedy which gets lost in all the media. When you think about your son in this event, what do you want to tell people?
He was kind, he was special. He had 2 children. He had a beautiful wife. He was a great dad, and he didn't ask to get sick. He didn't want to get sick. He went and he got COVID. It got pretty bad. He called me on Father's Day and said, "Dad, I'm going to go to the hospital." He went into the hospital on the 4th of July. On Father's Day, and then if you remember that time, we were isolated. We couldn't go up to the hospital. Couldn't see him. If there was an opportunity, maybe we could FaceTime or get a phone call or a text, but there was no communication where we could touch him or feel him. And then towards the end, he, just like many Oklahomans, he was still struggling to breathe. The treatments weren't working, and they put him on a ventilator. And once they put him on a ventilator, he never came off. And we had to make a very hard decision the morning of the 4th of July. To take him off life support, and he passed away pretty quickly.
So in his honor, and in honor of all the folks that have had to deal with this situation, lost family, this event is on Monday. Where at? Let people know how to get there.
So we're going to do it at the south steps of the Capitol on the South Plaza. At 6 o'clock, we're just asking family members if they want to come at 6 and just visit with people that understand what they've been through, and just try to have a little bit of camaraderie to understand and to let them know that we're out there. Bring a picture, bring a momentum, something that reminds you of your loved one. And then at 6:30, the governor will kick it off with an invocation, and then we'll have a couple people say prayers, and then at 7 o'clock it'll be over.
Thanks for sharing this, and thanks for organizing that at the state capitol.
Thank you.
Paul Rosino, Senator Paul Rosino, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
See this again at news9.com/YourVoteCounts and follow me on Twitter @MitchelTalks.